earlier this week that former Leeds and Great Britain star Francis Cummins has joined the club as assistant coach to Dennis Betts. I spoke to him and began by asking him if things had been a long time in the planning.
No, it's not been a long time in the planning. As these things do, it's generally it's a phone call, it's a meeting, and then you back it up from there. Obviously, I've been in rugby union for the last 3 years, so there's always wanting to come back into league. It's just looking for an opportunity, really. So obviously, I know Dennis from playing against him and with him, so it was nice to get the call and have a chat.
A stellar playing career, Francis, and also the coaching you've done since as well. But your first time west of the Pennines, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, well, it'll be a bit strange. Obviously, I'm very posh, so some of the witness lads might struggle with my posh accent. But I think coaching's coaching, and I think there'll obviously be a bit of banter there. But you play your trade where you need to, and I think it's a great opportunity for me at Widnes. Obviously, they haven't had the best of years this year. Obviously, the injuries they've had, but I do look upon it as a great opportunity for us all to make it better.
Yeah, you're right. The season hasn't gone as the Vikings would have hoped, and they've some work to do this weekend to make sure that they perhaps retain the Super League status. But what about the Widnes brand? Is it still up there for you in the history of rugby league?
Well, it is. I mean, I think back to my own childhood and some of the stars and they used to attract and that. But I've got some big links there as well. Dougie Lawton was my first coach, wasn't he? So I look at it quite fondly from that because what he did for me. Obviously, it was a Leeds club, but some of the players on it who were playing with Richie Ayres as well. There are a lot. There are Harvey Howard, Mick O'Neill. There's loads of the Widnes lads. Even Andy Gregg, my first year at Leeds. So I think it's obviously it's not that height anymore, but it's a great name within the game, and it's something you want to see Widnes within that top flight, just because of what they've done in the past, but probably more so what they're doing now. Now, really, they're producing their own players, and it's something for the town to be proud of. It should be.
The setup down at the Halton Stadium, perhaps second to none in the Super League itself, Francis, because everything off the field is set for success there.
Yeah, well, again, this is unfortunate where the actual Super League is at the moment. That we're probably plunging clubs more clubs into jeopardy, worrying about what's around the corner, and it goes against long-term planning and what I liked when I met Dennis and had a look around the stadium is the facilities they've got and how they've planned. Now the academy is a vital part of the club, and it's all the same facilities. There's no separate thing, and I think that's really important that they can see the pathway to where they want to be, and that's within Super League, but the lads playing within Super League as well.
Good memories about playing against Widnes at Norton Park in those days when people used to say that you had to fight for every inch up that pitch against the Hume brothers and all of those guys.
Oh yeah, my first game actually, you know what the Hume brothers were like anyway. I was kept well out of there. I'm thinking of some of the names they had. You had to fight your way out of the tunnel, never mind onto the pitch, and the kids rattling the cage and doing other things as well. It was an experience. I think one of my first games for Leeds, maybe debuting, I was only 16, and probably in the September, and I went to Norton Park in probably it'd been about November time, and we're playing centre against John Devereux, and there was Coloto, and wherever you looked, thinking, I'll probably stay away from the big ones, I'll run at the Hume brothers, but they was probably twice as horrible as the rest, so yeah, it was a full place to go.
Yeah, great memories. And so finally then, Francis, you've had a little spell in rugby union. How did that go?
Yeah, good. I mean, I knew it'd be good for me coaching. Yeah, I've never played the game, but obviously there's crossovers. I'm looking after the backs, as well as chipping in on D as well, and I think it probably makes you. It definitely put me out of my comfort zone where I'd played all my career at Leeds, I got into coaching. I always coached while I played, and then pushed on at Leeds and was assistant, went to Bradford and things like that. But to go and do another sport where I didn't have a clue about the breakdown. I still don't have a clue about the line-outs and the scrummaging. Well, I've not got a clue, but it does make you look at things and get a clarity into it. And we just broke it right back. And I think that's the process of the coaching is you're looking at individual things apart from the game and how we can make it better and how we can make those players better. It's made me probably a better coach really, because there's a lot of the game I didn't know, but I had to quickly learn. So I think it's definitely benefited me. Being in at Yorkshire Carnegie and at Doncaster Knights with Clive Griffiths, so dual code there. So we had some fun, and we can see the benefits there. I think they'll reap that in the rest of the season.
But your appetite well whetted for a return to rugby league, and indeed seeing where you can take the Vikings with Dennis.
Yeah, that's right. I think while I weren't stood looking over the fence completely, trying desperate to get back in, I think while I enjoy my time at rugby union, I'm a lot more confident in rugby league because obviously I've played all my career and coached a lot longer in that game. So it was probably more looking for the right opportunity with the right person, or the right team who are trying to play a similar brand to what I have in my head, and contributing wherever I can. And if that's just a few percent just to make it better, then that's all you can ask.
The former Leeds and Great Britain player Francis Cummins, who's joined Widnes Vikings earlier this week as assistant coach to Dennis Betts next year.